So last year, I posted a video here on YouTube showing off a business operating system that I'd built in Notion. And I originally created this system to help my clients better manage their growing team of employees. It's highly customizable, but simple enough that anyone could learn how to use it. And since releasing that video, it's been the #1 most viewed video on my channel every single month, and I've had thousands of people asking me how they can get their hands on it. The problem is, the operating system was created for my private clients as part of a program that I put them through, and it would be pretty much useless without the coaching that came with it. And secondly, most of the people who were messaging and emailing me were solopreneurs and content creators who needed something that was better tailored to the kind of work that they were doing. So I created one. I'm calling it the Solo Operating System, or Solo OS for short, and it's got everything that you need to run your solo business. And today, what I want to do is walk you through that entire system, only this time, you can have the chance to download your own copy by clicking on the link in the description below. So let's jump in. All right, so this is what the Solo OS system looks like, and I have tried to make this as simple and as streamlined as possible. One of the things I hate about most of the templates that you get in Notion, they're so complicated, they're so frustrating that you end up not using them because you can't figure out how to make all the stuff work. And so I've tried to oversimplify what we're doing here to make it very user-friendly, even if you're brand new to using Notion. So the first thing that most of the solopreneurs that I know need is they just need a place to keep track of all of the things that they've got going on. What are the tasks? What are the things that they're working on? What are the things in the pipeline? Just general things that they need to get done in a given day in a given week. And so I've created in the homepage here just a place for you to put your tasking lists. And I've also created a calendar view of this. So what shows up here will actually show up over here as well. And I've divided them into high, medium, and low priority. Oops. High, medium, and low priority stuff, so that you can make sure that you're identifying what's critical and what isn't. And then I've also just given you one category type here. So let's say that this urgent task here, we're going to make it due, because obviously it's now February. Let's make it due tomorrow. Okay, so make it due February 14th, and then we're going to take this category, and instead of making it category 3, we're going to change this, and we're going to change this to let's call this interview. Okay, so maybe we're interviewing a contractor or something for our business, but we're going to make that interview. And you'll notice as soon as it comes up here in the urgent task list, it pops up over here inside of your calendar list, which is really cool because it gives you a nice place to see all of your tasks and everything you need to do. But what's really cool about this is that Notion recently acquired a calendar app that now integrates with everything that they do. And one of the cool things we can do with that is if I bring over this is my calendar, and I come down here into the bottom right-hand corner. Hang on one second. Let me kind of open this up a little bit. You can see we can add from my Notion account, we can add a calendar. So I can add a Notion database, and I can come in and I can add the solo task calendar right there to my list. And when I do that and I turn it on, what will happen is this urgent task that pops up will pop up inside of There it is. My urgent task will pop up inside of my Notion calendar. So not only am I getting all of my Google stuff and everything else, all the meetings and things on my list of things to do today, but I also can see all of my upcoming tasks. I can just toggle them on and off and see, okay, today, what do I got going on in here? And it makes it super clean and simple for you to run your business that way. So this is just a very simple calendar way of organizing the tasks that you need to do. The second one that we have that almost every solopreneur that I know uses is some sort of content engine, some sort of way to keep track of all the content they're creating, what's in progress, what's being published. And this becomes even more important as you grow and you start having some other people help you. So you might have the idea and have written the script and recorded the videos, and now you've got somebody else who's editing it. And so they need a place where they can go and where you can see really quickly what's in the pipeline and what's ready to go. And so I have created individual posts for every single type of content that you're probably going to need. And when you want to do one, all you do is you just click on it. So let's go here. Let's go back to channel. So now I've organized it by channel, by schedule. You could do it by status. So what's in progress, what's in review, what's being published. You can look at your deadline calendar and see when your next deadlines are coming up. So just a lot of different ways to view the information. I think that's really important as you're building out a system, is that there'd be a lot of ways for you to see the different information that's being posted. But let's say we want to create a TikTok. So we're just going to come up here and we're going to create TikTok. And it's going to open up and give us a bunch of information here, like what's the record date, if it's a video, who's it assigned to, did we highlight a product in there, are we selling something, what was the published date, any of the assets. So sometimes you want to have all of your assets linked, like where is this post at on TikTok, so you can link back to that stuff. And then it's got a place for you to add your video or your image, and then the caption and any tags that you want to put in there. Tags aren't as relevant today, but I left them in there because some people still like to use them, right? And then once we're done with that, we just click out, and what you'll notice is that TikTok is right there. So it's right there now in the TikTok list of videos or posts that we want to make. And of course, if we give it a due date, so let's go ahead and give it a published date of, let's say, the 15th, okay? Now, if we come out and we look at our deadline calendar, what we should see, well, it should be right there. Not sure why it didn't show up there. But anyway, the point being is that I'll fix that, whatever's wrong with that. But we'll have it inside the deadline calendar so you can see what's happening and what's in review and what stage it's at. So right now you'll see that the TikTok is still in the idea stage. But if I open it up and I move it from the idea stage into the review stage, it automatically jumps over into review. So you can really quickly see where everything is. And then I put on the sidebar here just links to all of the stuff. So a lot of this goes to like my YouTube channel or my Instagram, but all you got to do is just change the link right here, and you can add in your own stuff. That way you can quickly access any of the social media accounts that you need. Now, in addition to that, over the years, I've assembled some templates for, say, Twitter or X. Some really easy ones. If you need an idea on something to put out on Twitter, you need kind of a nice little template to help you out. I've got a bunch of them in here. And then I've also got stuff for, if we go back out, I've got stuff for LinkedIn in here as well. Not quite as many as those, but they're a little bit longer. So we've got some stuff for LinkedIn. And then I've also got a writer's vault in here, where let's say you're doing a sales video. And so you wanted a template for your sales video. Well, here it is. Talk about, identify the problem, how the problem makes the customer feel, what's wrong, the 3 steps that they need, what's the call to action. So it just gives you a template to use anytime you're creating a sales video. And then for value videos, I use this every single time I create a video for YouTube. So what is the objective of the video? What's the controlling idea of the content that we're anchored to? What are the topics that we're going to cover in this video? And then what are the action items at the end that we're going to want them to do? Because we want them to take some action typically, right? When they get done, maybe it's watch another video, maybe it's go buy my stuff, whatever it is. And then at the bottom, any resources and supporting documents that you might have. And this template is great every time you come there, just to make sure that you don't miss any pieces or anything. And so I just wanted to give you as many tools as possible in here in the content creation section to help you be successful. Now, the next one, again, is podcasting. So almost every solopreneur, a huge chunk of them have podcasts, and they need an effective way to schedule those. So use me as an example. I record my video and audio podcast live, and then I have all the show notes in here every single day, but I don't actually upload the show and add the show notes and all that. I have somebody who does that for me. And so this makes it really easy for them to come in, grab the show notes, grab the video files that I attach in here, and they have everything that they need to upload that show. And it's a centralized hub for them to work in. In addition to that, if we come back over to our calendar app here, you'll also see there's a podcast schedule on here as well. And when I click on the podcast schedule, you'll see it turns on here the last 2 podcasts that I've done for this is my personal podcast that end up showing up right there in the calendar. And so this is just another way for you to see all of your information in one spot. This new calendar app for Notion is really a game changer. It's improved the quality of the workflow so much. But again, use this every single week for my own personal business. And then the last area is a second brain. And if you're not familiar with the concept of a second brain, basically what this does is our brains are really good at coming up with ideas. They're really bad at holding on to ideas and remembering them. And so whether it's an article that you saw on the internet, or it's a quick note that you have that you've thought up, maybe it's a script or some sales copy that you're writing, maybe it's some knowledge notes, maybe you are watching a video on YouTube like this one and you're taking notes about all of the things that you want to remember. It's a little place for you to do that. And all of these are customizable. So again, if we go kind of look at, I'll just show you part of mine. So if we go and look at my second brain here, it's set up a lot like yours. I've got newsletters, email, I got content ideas in here, templates and frameworks and stuff. And so just kind of building out in the same way that I've laid it out here for you as well. And again, it's just a way for you to keep all of your information in one place so that you don't have to be bouncing around. Did I put that in a Word document? Did I put that in notes? It just all goes into one place where you and anybody who works with you can easily access the information. And so this is, again, it's not overkill. The goal is not to give you 50,000 things. The goal is to give you one thing that's very easy to use so you'll actually use it, instead of just saying, oh, wow, this will do everything for me, and then it doesn't do anything. But that's it. That's the Solo OS system. And that's it. The system is simple to use, super effective. It's being used by a lot of my clients now with great results, and you can get your own copy by clicking on the link in the description. It's just a few bucks, so go ahead and click on that. Go get your operating system, and give this video a like and maybe a share if you got value out of it, and I'll talk to you very soon.